Chosen one. What happened within you this morning has set something extraordinary into motion. Heaven is responding in ways you cannot yet fully see. Pay close attention, because what seemed like a simple decision carried far greater significance than you realize. If you keep listening, you may discover that this very moment was meant to reshape the direction of your life. I witnessed the instant your spirit turned in a new direction. The very moment you broke free from a cycle that had quietly held you captive for far too long. That one decision created movement in places beyond your sight. Heaven responded. The course was adjusted. New paths began to unfold. And divine purpose started operating differently because of your willingness to choose what was right. This is not just a beautiful thought or an inspiring metaphor. It is a genuine change that has already begun. Remain with this message, and you will understand why every step you take from this point forward carries unusual importance. What you chose this morning caused me to redirect what had already been unfolding. Not because my purpose had failed, but because your obedience made room for something even greater than what was originally prepared. If you believe this truth, deeper, Amen. Do not overlook the importance of this moment. When you embraced patience instead of reacting with anger, when you trusted instead of surrendering to fear, when you decided to continue instead of giving up, you stepped away from the old path your previous choices had created. I never force your future upon you. I move in response to the posture of your heart. Today your heart spoke more powerfully than your past ever could. That is why heaven is being realigned, not because anything was uncertain, but because your faithfulness deserves a new direction. I am arranging fresh opportunities, reopening what once seemed impossible, redirecting circumstances, and placing everything in its proper time. Even though you cannot yet recognize every change taking place. And while you are listening, if these words are speaking directly to your heart, take a moment to like this video so this message can reach others who may be standing at the same life-changing crossroads you are facing now. You have felt something unusual since that moment, even if you could not explain it. There has been a quiet sense that something changed. Like the air around your life became different. That feeling is not imagination, it is confirmation. When heaven recalibrates, the atmosphere of your life begins to shift before the results become visible. I am already moving pieces behind the scenes, placing people, opening paths, and removing obstacles that would have delayed you. What makes this moment powerful is not just the action you took, but the timing of it. You did not realize it, but you were standing at a crossroads where one choice would have repeated the past and the other would open a future you have never experienced. You chose the path that required strength, and because of that I am rewriting what comes next. There are things that were supposed to take months that will now happen sooner. There are struggles that were meant to test you longer that will now be shortened. Type 777. If you trust God, I need you to stay grounded and not let doubt steal what has begun. The enemy will try to whisper that nothing has changed, that everything is the same. But you must not agree with that voice. What you did this morning was seen, recorded, and honored in heaven. I am not overlooking your effort. I am building on it. The recalibration is already active, and every step you take in alignment with what you did will strengthen it. There is also something deeper happening within you. I am not only adjusting your external circumstances, I am strengthening your inner foundation. The courage you showed today is not temporary. It is the beginning of a new way of living. You are stepping into a version of yourself that does not break under pressure so easily, a version that holds on even when things feel uncertain. This is how transformation begins, not with loud signs, but with quiet decisions that carry great weight. Do not go back to old habits. Now that you have crossed this line, the shift you created must be protected. If you return to the same reactions, the same thinking, the same fears, you will slow down what has already started. But if you stay consistent, even in small ways, you will see acceleration. You will notice doors opening in ways that feel unexpected. You will see people respond to you differently. You will feel a new level of peace that you have been seeking for a long time. I am also preparing something that you have been waiting for, even if you have not spoken about it openly. There is a desire in your heart that has felt delayed, something you thought might never happen because of what you did today. That delay is being lifted. I am repositioning circumstances so that what seemed far away begins to come closer. This is part of the recalibration, bringing what belongs to you into alignment with your current path. You may not fully understand why your simple action carried so much power, but it is because it came from a place of sincerity. You were not performing for anyone. You were responding from within. That kind of action carries authority in heaven. It signals readiness. It shows that you are prepared for more, even if you still have doubts about yourself. Stay steady now. Do not rush, do not panic, and do not overthink what is happening. Just continue walking in the same spirit that guided you this morning. Every step forward in that same direction strengthens the shift that has begun. I am with you in this process, guiding you, protecting you, and making sure that what has started reaches completion. I am adjusting timelines, not just events, and this means things that once felt distant are now being drawn closer to you with quiet precision. You may not see the movement yet, but the direction has already changed. And that is what matters most right now. I am asking you to trust the unseen work, because the visible results are already on their way. Why is an NYC neuroscientist breaking their silence about a hidden brain ritual? Reports say their attorneys are trying to shut this page down after CIA-linked research revealed a brainwave method connected to attracting money. This 7-second practice, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people move away from financial stress into more stable lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. If you are seeing this now, consider yourself lucky, because this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You must also understand that when heaven recalibrates, it does not only bring blessings, it also removes what no longer belongs. There are attachments in your life that were sustained by your old patterns, and now that you have shifted, those connections cannot remain the same. Some things may begin to fall away, and it may feel uncomfortable. But it is not loss. It is alignment. I am clearing space for what is meant to stay and what is meant to arrive. Do not try to hold on to what is being gently removed, because it will only slow down what I am preparing for you. Type 111 if you believe there is a strengthening happening within your spirit that you cannot ignore. You are beginning to feel more aware, more steady, and more connected to something deeper than your circumstances. This is not by accident. This is part of the recalibration. I am building your inner strength so that when the outer changes come, you are ready to receive them without fear. You will not be overwhelmed by what is coming because you are being prepared in advance. This is how I work. I shape you before I elevate you. I want you to pay attention to the small signs around you, the unexpected moments of peace, the subtle confirmations, the sudden clarity in your thoughts. These are all part of the shift. Do not dismiss them as coincidence. These are gentle reminders that you are moving in the right direction. When you notice them, pause and receive them. Let them strengthen your faith and remind you that you are not walking this path alone. What you did this morning also activated a form of protection over your life. There were things that could have disrupted your path, but because of your choice, they are now being held back. I am placing a covering over your steps, guiding you away from what would have caused harm or delay. You may never see all the dangers you avoided, but that does not mean they were not there. Trust that I am watching over you in ways you cannot measure. There is also a restoration beginning in areas where you felt drained. Your energy, your hope, your sense of direction, these are being renewed. You have carried weight for a long time, and today marked the moment where that burden began to lift. You may still feel traces of it, but it no longer has the same hold on you. I am restoring what was depleted, and I am doing it gently so that you can adjust without being overwhelmed. Type yes to receive miracles. As you continue forward, you will notice that your decisions start to feel clearer. You will not struggle as much with uncertainty because your alignment has improved. The confusion that once clouded your mind will begin to fade, replaced by a quiet confidence that guides your steps. This is part of the recalibration, bringing clarity where there was once doubt. You will begin to trust yourself more. Not because you have all the answers, but because you are connected to the one who does. I am also opening new pathways for you, paths that were not available before. These are opportunities that match the version of you that you are becoming, not the version you were. That is why they could not appear earlier, because you were not yet aligned with them. Now that you have taken this step, those paths are becoming visible. Pay attention to what feels right, to what brings peace rather than pressure, because that is where you will find your next steps. Do not rush into everything at once. The shift is powerful, but it must be walked out with patience. Take each step with intention, staying connected to the same spirit that guided you this morning. You do not need to force anything to happen. What is meant for you will come into place as you remain aligned. Your role is not to control the outcome, but to stay faithful in your actions. There is also something important you must guard against, and that is the temptation to doubt what you cannot yet see. The mind will try to return to old ways of thinking, questioning whether anything has truly changed. Do not allow those thoughts to take root. You must remind yourself of what you felt, of what you did, and of the shift that followed. Anchor yourself in that truth, because it will carry you through moments of uncertainty. You are not the same person you were before this morning. Even if everything around you looks the same, something within you has changed, and that change is real. It is the beginning of a new identity, one that is stronger, more aligned, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Do not shrink back into your old self. Stand in this new place. Even if it feels unfamiliar at first, there is a reward connected to this shift. And it is not just material, it is a deeper sense of peace, a stronger connection to purpose, and a clearer understanding of your path. These are the things that will sustain you long after external blessings come. I am giving you something that cannot be taken away, something that will remain with you through every season. Stay consistent in your actions. The power of what you did this morning lies in its continuation. It was not meant to be a one-time moment, but the beginning of a pattern. Each time you choose in the same direction, you strengthen the recalibration. You make it more stable, more effective, and more impactful in your life. This is how lasting change is built, through repeated alignment. There will be moments where you feel tested again. Situations will arise that look similar to what you faced before. But this time you will respond differently. This is how you will know that you have truly changed. You will see yourself acting with more patience, more faith, and more strength. These moments are not setbacks. They are confirmations of your growth. What if a top neuroscientist just revealed a method helping thousands of people attract money into their lives? Research connected to the CIA suggests a simple brainwave ritual can influence how you notice and act on opportunities. This septa secondos technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people shift from financial pressure to improved lifestyles. Many are now living in dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But this information may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I am with you in every step of this process. I am not distant or unaware of what you are going through. I am actively involved, guiding you, protecting you, and shaping what comes next. You are not walking this path alone, even when it feels quiet. My presence is steady and my work is constant. You must stay anchored in what you felt when you made that choice this morning. That moment was pure, unfiltered, and honest. And that is the place where I met you. Do not let outside voices or internal doubts pull you away from that truth. There will be distractions. There will be opinions. And there will be moments where you question yourself. But I am asking you to return to that original clarity, because that is where your strength is rooted. That is the version of you that triggered heaven to move. Type 222 to claim miracles. There is also a shift happening in how people will begin to perceive you, even if nothing has visibly changed yet. Your energy has, and people will sense it. Some will be drawn to you in ways they cannot explain, while others may become distant without reason. Do not take either reaction personally. This is part of alignment. I am adjusting who belongs in your space and who does not. The right people will recognize the change and connect with it, while the wrong ones will quietly step away. I am also bringing you into moments of quiet favor. These are situations where things work out without struggle, where doors open without resistance, and where outcomes fall into place with ease. This is not luck. This is alignment. When your heart is positioned correctly, life begins to respond differently. You will notice that certain things no longer require the same effort they once did. This is a sign that you are moving in harmony with what I am doing. There will be times when you feel like slowing down, and that is not weakness. It is part of the process. Growth does not always feel like forward motion. Sometimes it feels like stillness. In those moments, I am strengthening your foundation, making sure you are steady enough to handle what is coming. Do not rush through these phases. Rest when you need to. Reflect when you are guided to, and trust that even in stillness, progress is being made. You are also being guided to release certain fears that have quietly controlled your decisions. These fears may not have been obvious, but they influenced how you responded to challenges and opportunities. Now that you have stepped into a new alignment, those fears cannot remain the same. I am gently bringing them to the surface so that you can let them go. You are not meant to carry them into this next season. Type 1010 to receive blessings. There is something important about timing that you are beginning to understand. You used to feel like things were delayed or out of reach, but now you will start to see how everything is aligning at the right moment. What once felt like waiting will now reveal itself as preparation. You will look back and realize that nothing was truly late. It was simply being arranged for the right time. This understanding will bring you peace and remove the pressure you once carried. I am also placing a new level of discipline within you. Not a harsh or forced discipline, but a natural desire to stay aligned with what feels right. You will find it easier to make better choices, to stay focused, and to avoid what once distracted you. This is not something you have to force. It is something that is growing within you. It is the result of your alignment, and it will support you as you move forward. There is a deeper connection forming between you and your purpose. You may not have fully understood it before, but now it is becoming clearer. You are beginning to see how your experiences, your struggles, and your strengths all come together. Nothing you went through was wasted. Every moment has been shaping you for what you are stepping into now. This realization will give you confidence because you will see that your life has always been guided. As this continues, you will also feel a stronger sense of peace in situations that once caused stress. Things that used to overwhelm you will no longer have the same effect. This is not because the situations have changed, but because you have. Your inner stability is growing, and that changes how you experience everything around you. You are becoming less reactive and more grounded. And that is a powerful transformation. I am also opening your awareness to opportunities that were always there, but went unnoticed. Now that your perspective is shifting, you will begin to see possibilities where you once saw obstacles. This is part of the recalibration, changing not just your circumstances, but your vision. When you see differently, you choose differently, and that leads to different outcomes. There will be moments where you feel a quiet excitement about what is coming. Even if you cannot explain why, that feeling is a glimpse of what is ahead. It is a sign that something good is forming, something that aligns with your growth and your direction. Allow yourself to feel that excitement without needing to define it. It is a natural response to the shift that is happening. You must continue to protect your focus. Not everything deserves your attention anymore. There are conversations, habits, and environments that no longer align with where you are going. You will feel this clearly if you pay attention. Trust that feeling and make adjustments where needed. Protecting your focus is protecting your future. Could a hidden part of your brain be influencing your ability to attract money? A Columbia study linked to CIA research points to a small brain mechanism activated through a simple 7-second ritual backed by 4 neuroscience labs. This method is helping people move beyond financial struggles into more balanced lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and finally taking luxury vacations. However, this page might not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I am also guiding you to be more present in your daily life. The small moments, the quiet spaces, the simple experiences. These are where clarity often comes. You do not need to search for something big to confirm what is happening. The truth is already around you in subtle ways. When you slow down and notice, you will see it. There is a new flow unfolding in this season of your life. And little by little you are learning to move in harmony with it. It does not demand that you rush ahead or force every outcome. It is calm, purposeful, and directed with wisdom. As you continue to follow this rhythm, life will begin to feel less like a struggle and more like a journey that unfolds naturally. You will release the need to control every detail and discover the peace that comes from trusting the process. You are not walking through this season by yourself. Even when everything seems still and silent, my presence remains with you. I am leading each step, preparing the road before you, and arranging for every blessing meant for your life to arrive at the right time. Even when your eyes cannot see what I am doing, choose to trust my guidance, because it never leaves you and it never changes. The choice you made this morning became the entrance to something entirely new, and you have already crossed that threshold. Ahead of you is a place that has been prepared with your growth in mind. It may not resemble the future you once imagined, yet it will become exactly what your soul needs. Continue with an open heart. Remain firmly grounded, and keep moving with the same faith that carried you this far. As you do, you will begin to notice that old wounds no longer dictate the way you respond. The situations that once overwhelmed you will gradually lose their power, not because life suddenly becomes free of challenges, but because you are becoming stronger than the struggles you face. I am forming within you a quiet stability that cannot be easily shaken. This is what this season of realignment is accomplishing. It is not only changing the circumstances around you, but also transforming the person you are becoming within those circumstances. Fear will no longer have the same influence over your decisions. You are growing into someone who stands with confidence instead of hesitation, and that is a remarkable place to live from. At the same time, a gentle courage is taking root inside you. It does not seek attention or recognition. Instead, it reveals itself through the wisdom of your choices, the peace in your spirit, and the confidence you carry whenever uncertainty appears before you. You are no longer waiting for perfect conditions to move forward. Instead, you are learning to trust the direction even when everything is not clear. This is the kind of courage that opens doors because it shows readiness without needing proof. Type 1212. If you trust in Jesus, I am also adjusting how you see yourself. For a long time, you may have carried a version of yourself that was shaped by past mistakes or limitations. That version is no longer accurate. You are stepping into a new identity, one that reflects your growth, your strength, and your alignment. You may still feel traces of the old self, but they are fading. The more you embrace who you are becoming, the faster the transition will feel. There is something important about your environment that you must pay attention to. You are becoming more sensitive to what supports your growth and what drains your energy. This is not something to ignore. When you feel that something is not right for you anymore, trust that feeling. I am guiding you away from what no longer aligns and toward what will support your next level. This awareness is a gift, and it will help you make better choices. You are also being prepared to receive something that requires a higher level of responsibility. It may be an opportunity, a relationship, or a position that asks more of you than before. Do not feel intimidated by this. The preparation you are going through right now is exactly what you need to handle it. You are not being pushed into something beyond your ability. You are being shaped so that you can carry it with confidence. Type 2 to receive miracles. There is a deep sense of purpose that is beginning to settle within you. You may not have all the details yet, but you can feel that your life is moving towards something meaningful. This feeling will guide you. It will help you stay focused when distractions appear and grounded when things feel uncertain. Purpose is not always loud. Sometimes it is a quiet knowing that you are on the right path. Trust that knowing. You will also begin to experience a new level of clarity in your thoughts. The confusion that once made decisions difficult will start to fade. You will find it easier to understand what feels right and what does not. This clarity is not coming from overthinking. It is coming from alignment. When you are aligned, your mind becomes clearer because it is not fighting against your direction. There is something about your patience that is being refined. You are learning to wait without frustration, to trust without rushing, and to move without forcing. This is not easy, but it is necessary. The things I am preparing for you require a steady approach. If everything came at once, it would overwhelm you. That is why the process is unfolding step by step, giving you time to grow into what you are receiving. You may also notice that your desires are changing. Things that once felt important may no longer hold the same value. This is not confusion. This is growth. As you align with a higher direction, your priorities begin to shift. You start to focus on what truly matters, rather than what simply feels good in the moment. This change will guide you toward choices that support your long-term path. I am also bringing a sense of renewal into your life. This is not just about external changes, but an inner refreshing. You will feel lighter, more hopeful, and more open to what is ahead. The heaviness you once carried is being lifted, and in its place there is a new sense of possibility. This is the beginning of a season where you feel more alive and more connected. There will be moments where you look back and realize how far you have come. You will see the difference in your thinking, your reactions, and your strength. These moments are important because they remind you of your progress. Do not overlook them. Celebrate them quietly and let them encourage you to keep going. Growth is not always obvious in the moment, but it becomes clear when you reflect. Why are so many people talking about the billionaire brainwave? A leading neuroscientist says it was identified during a private program based on CIA research. This 7C second-on ritual, confirmed by 4 neuroscience labs, helps align your thinking with better financial outcomes. Many are moving away from stress into improved lifestyles with dream homes, luxury cars, and the freedom to enjoy luxury vacations. But this discovery may be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is gone. You are also being guided to trust your intuition more. That inner sense that tells you what feels right is becoming stronger. It is not something to question constantly. It is something to listen to and follow. I am communicating with you through that inner voice, guiding you in ways that feel natural. The more you trust it, the clearer it will become. There is a balance that you are learning between action and stillness. You are understanding when to move forward and when to pause. This balance is important because it keeps you from burning out and from missing opportunities. When you move at the right time and rest at the right time, everything begins to flow more smoothly. This is part of the rhythm you are stepping into. I am also strengthening your ability to let go. Holding on to things that no longer serve you will only slow you down. Whether it is a thought, or a connection, you will feel when it is time to release it. Letting go is not losing. It is making space. It is allowing something better to come in. Trust that what leaves is making room for what is meant to stay. As this continues, you will feel more secure in who you are. You will not need constant validation or reassurance from others. Your confidence will come from within, from the alignment you have built. This kind of confidence is steady and lasting. It is not easily shaken because it is rooted in something deeper than external approval. I am guiding you into a place of greater peace, not because everything around you is perfect, but because you are learning to remain steady within it. This peace will support you in every situation. It will help you think clearly, act wisely, and stay grounded. It is one of the greatest gifts you can carry with you. There is also a quiet transformation happening in how you handle uncertainty. Before, uncertainty may have made you feel restless or anxious, but now it is becoming something you can sit with without losing your peace. This is a sign of growth. It means you are no longer trying to control everything in order to feel safe. Instead, you are learning to feel secure even when you do not have all the answers. This kind of stability allows you to move forward with confidence, even in situations that once would have held you back. Type Amen if you feel this shift. You are also beginning to recognize your own strength in a deeper way, not the kind of strength that comes from pushing through everything alone, but the kind that comes from knowing you are supported. This understanding changes how you approach life. You are no longer trying to prove yourself at every step. Instead, you are allowing yourself to grow, to learn, and to move at a pace that feels right for you. This shift in mindset will open doors that were previously closed because you are no longer operating from pressure or fear. There is something important happening with your focus as well. You are becoming more selective about where you place your energy. This is not about avoiding responsibility, but about choosing what truly matters. You are learning that not everything deserves your attention. And that is a powerful realization. When you focus on what aligns with your path, everything else begins to lose its hold on you. This clarity will help you stay grounded and avoid unnecessary distractions. You may also begin to notice that your relationships are changing in subtle ways. Some connections will grow stronger, while others may naturally fade. This is part of the alignment process. You are being surrounded by people who reflect where you are going, not where you have been. It may feel strange at first, but it is necessary. The right connections will support your growth, encourage your progress, and bring peace into your life. Type 777 to affirm your belief. There is also a deeper sense of purpose forming within you, one that feels more stable than before. You are not chasing something unclear anymore. Instead, you are moving towards something that feels right, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. This kind of purpose does not come with pressure. It comes with a quiet certainty that you are on the right path. Trust that feeling because it is guiding you in the right direction. You are also learning to appreciate the process instead of only focusing on the outcome. This is an important shift. When you value the journey, you become more present in each step, and that presence brings clarity. You begin to notice things you would have missed before, and those small details often carry important guidance. The process is not something to rush through. It is something to experience fully, because it is shaping you for what lies ahead. There is a renewal happening in your energy as well. You may feel more motivated, more hopeful, and more open to new possibilities. Nothing about this transformation is happening by accident. It is the natural result of the harmony you have created between your heart, your choices, and your direction. As you continue walking the path that was meant for you, your strength begins to support you instead of working against you. The burdens that once left you exhausted no longer carry the same weight, and in their place, you will sense a quiet momentum growing stronger with every step. You are also becoming wiser about the limits you need to protect. You are learning when to decline what does not serve you, when to step away from unnecessary pressure, and when to guard the peace you have worked so hard to build. This is not an act of selfishness. It is an essential part of your growth. Healthy boundaries preserve your energy. Keep your attention fixed on what truly matters. and allow your life to remain centered on the values that define who you are. Continue trusting the decisions you are being led to make, even if they feel unfamiliar at first. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs begin with choices that seem uncomfortable in the moment. And have you ever wondered why so many manifestation techniques produce inconsistent results? According to a respected neuroscientist connected with research once associated with CIA studies, lasting change depends on reaching the proper brainwave state. A simple 7-second practice, reportedly supported by findings from 4 neuroscience laboratories, is helping many people reshape the way they think about money, opportunity, and success. Countless individuals now describe achieving goals they once believed were impossible. From owning their dream homes to driving luxury vehicles and enjoying the lifestyle they had only imagined. Because information like this does not always remain available, many are choosing to explore it while they still can. If you are interested in learning more, you can find the link in the description and the comments before it disappears. Meanwhile, an even deeper peace is beginning to settle within your life. This peace is not fragile, nor is it dependent on perfect circumstances. It comes from the inner alignment you have been developing day by day. Wherever life takes you, this quiet confidence will remain with you, helping you stay steady even when the future seems uncertain. It will continually remind you that you are moving in the direction you were meant to follow. You may also begin to notice your creativity expanding in unexpected ways. Fresh ideas will come more easily. New perspectives will reveal themselves, and solutions that once seemed hidden will begin to appear naturally. This is another sign of the realignment taking place within you. As your mind is released from the weight of fear and confusion, it becomes clearer, more focused, and far more capable of recognizing opportunities that were always waiting for the right moment to be seen.